Hello everyone, today we're here for a video to see which one's truly the strongest, Godzilla or Demon. If you're new to the channel, please leave a like or maybe subscribe. I'm desperate here, as you can see, with 40 subscribers. So, today we're gonna express what's better. Tankiness, but slow, with tanky damage, or fast, agile, fragile, but with high damage. We're gonna see which one's better. Starting off with Godzilla. We all know he's tanky, slow, but we ain't talking about Heisei's, Final War, Showa, or even Legendary. We're talking about a specific game here called Kaiju Battlegrounds. This is where the Kaijus are based off of. He is by far one of the slowest, tankiest creatures in the game. If you look at Sorgon, then you'll understand why he's the slowest. And then we have Demon, the fastest thing in the game. Probably lost his front to a couple others, but not 100% sure. Demon. He's got the sharpest claws, yet not the strongest. And today we're going to be discussing a few categories that will help improve in battle. Starting with damage, combat, strength, agility, stamina, and of course abilities. And we're going to see which one. Oh yeah, and also dominance. And we're going to see how good these go with each other. Starting with combat. Which one's the best at fighting? Well, when we look at Godzilla, he doesn't have too many things to pick from. Sure, he could probably grab you with his jaw and his hands and throw you around. But then he needs a really good grip on you with those tiny hands. Speaking of his mouth anyway, it's quite sharp. 2 rows of teeth and those things can shred. And then we're looking at Demon. I think Godzilla's already lost this one. Demon has the sharpest teeth known to the game. They may not look like it, but those things hurt. So, we're gonna probably give this one to Demon. Demon has the first point. Okay, now moving on to stamina. This is gonna be out of order, by the way, so I don't expect it in order. Okay, starting with stamina. This one easily goes to Demon. No joke about it. For any of you guys who play Kaiju Battlegrounds, you would understand of how fast this guy runs out of stamina. Meanwhile, Demon's able to jump to one place and another, ground slam you, tail whip you, so have plenty of energy to move around. Meanwhile, Godzilla, he can blow up, sure. He can shoot atomic breath, sure. But he will run out of stamina, leaving him a vulnerable target. Dang, another point for Demon. That's 2 already. Now agility. Do I need to talk much about this one? It's pretty obvious who's the fastest. But now we got... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this one. Battle skills. Okay, we got Godzilla. He's obviously probably the strongest one in this category, since he is literally the king of monsters. And he's got a burning Godzilla form, which makes him even stronger. So, I can see this one going for Godzilla. But then we have to look at Demon. He's quite an interesting guy. He can jump. He has 2 moves that let him jump. He can use that tail as range. And he's fast enough to dodge atomic breath sometimes. So yeah, I'm gonna give this one to Godzilla. Godzilla has his first point. Okay, let's talk about durability. Okay, this one easily goes to Godzilla. I don't need to explain. The health says it. With Godzilla having an outstanding amount around the 5,000s, while meanwhile Demon barely makes it to 3,000 HP max. But he does make it up for speed and damage. But speaking of which, we must talk about abilities. What do these guys possess? Okay, this one does not go for Demon. He doesn't got much except fangs, claws, and a tail. Meanwhile, Godzilla can blow up. He can cause an atomic pulse. he can shoot atomic breath. He can change into a totally different form. And, of course, he also has a tail, stomps, and bites. So this one goes for Godzilla. Oh yeah, speaking of which, we must also talk about another thing I did not mention. No one can forget this, but hold up. I kind of forgot it. We'll talk about it later once it comes up. Now we must talk about we must also talk about their intelligence. Who is smarter than the other? If you're like me, you've probably failed plenty of tests. This is one of them. Godzilla is kind of built for this category in a way. Because to really win any fights with any pro kaijus like Malekith or Sorgons, you must have a strategy. So, if you're a smart enough player, it just matters, really. But Demon, on the other hand, it's a complete madness. I've met this player once. And no matter what I threw at him, he was always able to kill it with a demon. He was level 100. Basically, his strategy was he would stay on top of the buildings. And the second I let my guard down, he would literally jump on my head and keep attacking me until I die. No matter what I was. I could be a Wendigo, Krampus. I could even be a stupid Leviathan. But then again, this was before the Leviathan update came out, so yeah. Now we must also talk about something else. How well do these guys do against multiple versions? Okay, when we really think about this, who does better when it comes to more than one group? Okay, I've played as Godzilla before. He can definitely do with one or two other kaijus at once. But then we look at Demon. I know once I was able to 5v1 Godzillas and got a quadruple, and I got like a 5-thing kill. Yeah, Demon wins this one. And now, the scores may be low for Godzilla, but he does possess the strongest thing. Burning Godzilla form. No, now this may not boost anything, but his endurance basically doubles. He gets way more damage and sets you on fire. Yeah, he's just better in almost every way. So if we just apply that to the fight, Demon can't win against this kaiju. If he gets close, he will either get tail whacked or just blown up by. If he runs off, he could just get atomic breath. And if he backs away to roar to regenerate, of course Godzilla's also gonna regenerate when he has time. And then shoot you. And then we move, so Godzilla kind of wins this one. Evolution. Now, this is quite an odd one. We don't know that much about Godzilla. We know he was created by the god Ikaros, but that's probably with every other kaiju as well, so probably not that impressive. All we know that this guy's evolved from a very old, skinny-looking guy, from a very big, chunky leg kaiju, who can go into his burning form if needed to become truly unstoppable. Heck, this thing can literally end some of the endgame kaijus if you don't know how strong this thing is. And then we have Demon, who we don't know that much about. All we know is that humans made him to combat the other kaijus because they're trying to make the perfect kaiju, but they just can't succeed. And then this experiment went horribly wrong, and now Demon seeks revenge against kaiju and humanity for creating him. Sad story, but not much of evolution. He was created by humans. He has not evolved or anything like that. So I would say this goes for Godzilla. And then, now everyone's probably talking about this one now. Regeneration. This was the thing that was on my mind. And yeah, when it comes to regeneration, I'm gonna have to give it to a Demon. Because if you don't know, the regeneration in the game applies to your health and your stamina. when it comes to stamina, Godzilla's not good at that. So that leads to Demon, who, you know, who has regeneration. Lots of it. Now, his health may not be the best, but his regen's insane. And if he ever gets low enough, he could run off real quick and roar. So yeah, maybe a little battle strike could take him to the battle one day. But don't try with other fast guys, because it'll catch up fast. And now we're down to the final scores. I lost count, so whatever. And the final scores are Demon winning. At least against Form 1. Godzilla has multiple forms. We're not going to talk about the old one. All he is fast, low damage, has way less health, and yeah, Demon could kill it. But it would be crazy hard. Then we have old Godzilla. Then we have the Godzilla we all know and love today. This guy would lose. If you really think about it, there's not much to really hide behind. But when there is, it makes the fight almost impossible for any slow kaiju. Because hide, regenerate, come back, and if they roar while they're trying to come towards you, that's your chance to jump them. So maybe take that into the battle one day. It will be quite useful. But what about burning form, you guys are probably asking? Oh, Demon will lose. For sure. Or if the guy is insanely lucky, it would be the hardest win of the century. Harder than a whole server all working together to kill Akaros. Yep. And yeah, now we just have to give the final scores to Burning Godzilla. Because at the end of the day, if the player knows what he's doing, he can kill a demon, no matter what level they are. So, that's the end of the video. I hope you loved it. And I would be making something about this later, about Godzilla versus Genesis and who would win. Bye everyone, and I hope I can see you the next day. Hello everyone, today we're here for a video to see which one's truly the strongest, Godzilla or Demon. If you're new to the channel, please leave a like or maybe subscribe. I'm desperate here, as you can see, with 40 subscribers. So, today, we're going to express what's better. Tankiness, but slow, with tanky damage. Or fast, agile, fragile, but with high damage. We're going to see which one's better. Starting off with Godzilla. We all know he's tanky, slow, but we ain't talking about Heisei's, Final War, Showa, or even Legendary. We're talking about a specific game here called Kaiju Battlegrounds. This is where the Kaijus are based off of.